Welcome back to the Fallen Fig Tree. I have recently dealt with so much anger and rage. Not in real life. Okay, actually in real life, but also in my dream. The other day, I had a dream where I crashed out. And I mean, I crashed out. I was going crazy, yelling, screaming, doing everything, right? I wake up with the most intense amount of heart pain I've ever felt in my life. I was so confused as to what was happening because it felt so real and I felt like my heart was about to stop. I was so stressed. And I remember just being like, what the frick is going on, right? And it just started to go crazier and crazier and weirder and weirder. And I just started to feel really angry and upset. And I think it's because I know why I feel this way and I know why I felt really angry, but I've never felt angry in a dream. I've never felt something so deeply intense that I've had to create this whole lively feeling in my dream. Like I've never felt it so intensely. And so I remember waking up being like, oh, ow, I'm in pain, it hurts, right? Like crazy, but it is true. It's true. I was in so much pain and I was feeling really upset and really sad. But what was I supposed to do? I didn't think I felt this way the night before, but like the next morning I was like, what's going on? Like, why do I feel this way? And so later on today, my mood's just been really bad. Like I've had such a bad mood. I've been in such a bad mood recently. Not recently, just all day. And I've been so irritated and so annoyed. And like I just want to leave and I want to like run away. Run away because like I really don't want to be near anyone. And I get stressed really easily, right? So when someone I know or someone I really care about is really upset from something, I tend to get really emotionally involved. Even if I'm not doing anything, I get really emotionally involved to the point where I feel everything, like I start to dream about it. I start to get really overwhelmed about certain things. I start to get really scared that I'm going to question everything, like I'm going to start feeling really angry and really upset and really annoyed, and so it wasn't really the best thing ever. I tried to have a stress-free summer, but it's not happening. Like summer's almost ending, which is kind of sad. Like I'm really upset about it because to me summer means childhood, it means growing up, and it means so many memories and not nice memories at the same time. And honestly, as I'm reflecting back right now to those summers that I used to love and used to appreciate, it made me realize that nothing does last forever. And it's so sad to see so many things change, so many people change, and see how things never stay the same. And it's kind of saddening, yeah, kind of fun, but like kind of really upsetting because to me, summer encapsulates so much, and to see it change every year and get further and like it starts to feel further and further every year is not a fun feeling at all, and I pray that next year and during the summer I actually have my life like I hope my life is different next year, because as I'm thinking about it and as I'm realizing that I feel this way about certain things and I feel this way about my life right now, I'm realizing how many things have made me feel alone recently, because I have been feeling so much loneliness. I have been feeling loneliness because I feel like I don't have any friends, right? Right now, none of my friends are here. And so I feel like I have no friends. And in retrospect, like I haven't gone out in a week. That's literally it, right? A week. But the problem with the place where I stay at in the summer is that everyone goes out every single day. Every single day, everyone's out. And if someone asks me, why aren't you going out? I'm like, my friends aren't here. I have no friends. None of them are here. None of them are here. What am I supposed to do? And that just made me realize that I feel alone. And I remember going to drop someone off at a party. I remember feeling like, what the hell am I doing? Why aren't I going to a party? Why aren't I going out right now? Why am I just at home? Why am I just at home doing nothing? And don't get me wrong, I love being at home. I love it so much. But I also sometimes wonder, will I ever find the social aspect of life easy? Will I ever find the social aspect in life fun? Will I ever find it fun again? Will I ever find it fulfilling? Because I have tried so many times, did not work. Tried so many times to do something, tried so many times to leave, tried so many times to restart. It's not really easy for me because I tend to get a lot in my head and I tend to think about a lot about what I'm doing and how I'm going to be in a couple of weeks and how this friend's gonna affect me and what they might be doing to me and like all this stuff. And like I overthink it so much. And it made me realize a lot, made me realize things about school, Let me talk about high school, okay? So during high school, I had not a bad friend group in the beginning, not a bad friend group in the beginning, but I'll tell you why it started happening. It started becoming worse. In the beginning, I didn't have a bad friend group. I actually had fun friends, loved to hang out with them, blah, blah. But then the second year, I wanted to make new friends because I felt like I was stuck and I needed to make new friends because it was important for me to be more social. You know, it was important for me to get out there and like make new friends, right? I ended up not making new friends. No, you know, I ended up not making new friends. So it kind of left me alone because I was hanging out with someone else and my friends were kind of upset about it. About it. So I kind of just distanced. Or not distance, I kind of just moved away. I don't know. I just kind of stopped talking to them as much, which is kind of my fault, but yeah. Then senior year was okay. My main friend group wasn't like it wasn't that bad, but I wasn't happy ever. Like sometimes I'd laugh, but like I wasn't enjoying the time I had. I never felt comfortable. I never felt like I was being myself. I never felt free in a way. Like I felt so shut down. Like I feel drained every single time. I barely spoke. I barely did anything. And I think socially wise, when I moved schools, it wasn't a good time because COVID happened. I moved schools when COVID like started, right? Not started, like COVID was about, yeah, during COVID, I moved schools and it was kind of this really bad time to move schools, right? Because I had friends in my old school. I kind of stopped becoming friends with them because none of them reached out to me and I didn't reach out. I think I tried. I'm not really sure. I stayed in touch with some of them, but some of them didn't like reach out. So I guess like I didn't reach out either. And it just kind of was like this thing, right? So I think socially I kind of went down a rabbit hole of making friends. Also, I kind of have PTSD from people, but that's a different conversation. Social anxiety was in this. What does this have to do with the summer? Yeah, so this summer I have been going out less. I think. Wow, did I go out more last year? I feel like I went out more last year. No, I did not. No, I don't think I did. Actually, I don't know if I did or did not go out more last year. I think it was the same as this year. I just think I need to like allow myself to be alone. The thing is, when I'm alone here, I'm not actually alone, you know, like I'm alone in a group full of people, like, you know, in a room full of people, I'm alone. I feel alone. I feel lost. I feel confused. I feel upset and stressed because my emotions and my dreams and my reality is all mixed into one. I'm a very controlling person when it comes to my life, and to realize I don't have that much control over my life brings me so much stress and anxiety that you will not believe, because it upsets me. So it's kind of like this upsetting feeling, you know, because I don't like being in control. I don't like letting things out of my hand, right? I don't like things being oblivious. But to be oblivious is to be free, right? But I like to know everything. And when I don't know everything, I start to panic. And when things don't go my way, I start to get really upset, you know? And have I started to work on that? Kind of not really, if I'm being completely honest. I don't really work on it. I tried. Didn't work out. But what am I supposed to do? Like, if this stresses me out, how am I supposed to feel better? You know, like, how am I supposed to get better and change? Kind of matching with the couch right now, but it's the next day, so I kind of decided to rethink deep down over what's going on. And what I've realized is I kind of hate my thoughts right now, which is something that is not surprising, you know, because during the summertime most of your issues arise, especially when you're alone or when you don't hang out with people or when you just sit and do nothing, right? And you start to really wonder and think. And I'm starting to realize the amount of issues I have, which is never fun and never amazing, but nonetheless, they're still there. And so instead of beating myself up about certain things, I've decided to, which is unheard of for me because I don't usually let go, and I usually let anything go, you know? So it's just kind of been the thing. Also, my eyes have been twitching. It's either from caffeine, which I don't think it is because I only had 2 cups of coffee today. So it's not from caffeine. I think it is genuine stress and anxiety. Or maybe lack of sleep, but I think it's from stress and anxiety, or maybe lack of sleep. Actually, I don't think I slept good, but I don't think I didn't sleep bad at the same time. Like, it was a mediocre sleep, so I think it is from stress and anxiety. But I don't know, and I couldn't tell you because I just do not know why I might feel this way. Also, my hair is so messed up from the beach. Like, every time I go to the beach, I hate it. Maybe I should get some water products, shampoo products. I think I want to get some hair products. I have to open up my notes. Give me a second. Yeah, so I think also my emotional problems come from what I used to do in school, which was hide my personality. It was something that I love to do. You know, I love to hide who I was. No, I love to hide my personality and my funny side and my talkative side because I was just scared. And it's kind of really interesting that I was scared because I'm not usually scared, but I am usually scared. I think the social anxiety thing really popped off during school, which is fun. But honestly, like, it wasn't anything serious, you know, like, I never felt like I couldn't bring out my personality. No, I did. I honestly did feel like that all the time. Most of the time I did, and it wasn't fun at all. And it was like me on the bus to the way to school. I start to feel like I'm shutting down. I'm already drained before I even get there. And I'm in school, like, looking like a zombie, even though I'd sleep good. And I wouldn't eat all day because of how overwhelmed I was by everything and how overstimulated I'd feel. So I wouldn't ever show myself in person. So that was like school. But what? Why do you keep looking at me? Huh? So I think the emotional dreams are coming from a place of the inability to be able to express how I feel about certain things. And I think that's why that's why I'm not able to express it, because I know if I start to express how I feel, it will just get pushed away and neglected sometimes because people are not ready to understand and reciprocate the feeling. You know what I mean? Like, they're not able to feel the same way, not feel, but like, they're not able to just understand what I mean, and they're not able to feel it and understand why I feel this way. Then it's like going to be defensive and emotionless. And I think that's why I sometimes have these dreams where I'm like really angry and really upset because I'm not able to bring out the emotion in real time, and I'm not allowing myself to bring it out because I try to suppress how I feel so I don't go crazy, even though it's not healthy. But I just do it because certain things don't allow you to express how you feel, and I don't let myself sometimes express how I feel in certain aspects because I know I'm about to start going crazy. And do I sometimes go crazy? Absolutely. I go crazy all the time. Is this how the screen looks? Why is it so weird? So I'm guessing that's why. You know, like, I'm guessing that's why I start to just like dissociate in real life and start to push everything aside so I don't care and to show that I don't care. So this is just lovely, you know? But that's what's been happening recently, like the opportunity of growth. And I'm guessing it's only gonna get worse from here, you know? But that's literally all I have to say this episode. I'm really sorry about it, but I honestly do not have anything else to say. I was kind of really lazy to talk and really lazy to put something out there because I've been feeling like I don't want to, or I haven't been really alone as much, so I don't feel like I'm able to express how I feel and talk about certain things as much as I usually do. So don't worry, we'll be back to our normal scheduled therapy talk really soon. But some big things are happening for me. Well, in August, like, I'm going to start working, which is kind of crazy because I haven't worked in so long. Like, I've never actually worked, like, I've never had a job, and this is kind of like my first ever job, so it's kind of crazy. I'm kind of excited, but kind of scared. So, yeah, I love you so much, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.